Alex. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
How have you been the last few weeks since I last seen you?
Pretty good. I am back to school after the break. There for the summer semester, um, which I'm hoping will be all right. I'm excited to get ahead in my credits a little bit.
So where are you going? What school do you go to?
I go to school in New York.
Okay. And what major are you taking up?
Social work.
Oh, that's great. Welcome. It's good to always have good new social workers come on board. How do you like it so far? Is it going well? Are we just like getting in the swing of things? How is it going so far?
The school part is going really well. I'm just having some trouble with my roommate right now.
Okay.
But the classes are good.
Okay. Now, I just want to go over the privacy with you. Have you had a chance to read it? Or you have any questions about it?
I don't think I have any questions yet. I read it.
Okay, so you understand that whatever happens or, is spoke about here is just between us. Nobody needs to know anything else, anything additional. Okay?
Okay.
All right, great. So let's talk about this roommate. What seems to be the issue with her? Like, what seems to be going on with her?
Well, so we don't live in, like, regular dorms. We live in apartments that are, like, leased through the college, but they're off campus.
Okay.
And so even though we do pay for them through the college, we don't, like, there's not an RA or staff in the building, and there are plenty of, like, regular people living in there. It's not just students.
Okay.
But we do have, like, college rules that we're supposed to uphold while we're there, and one of the rules is that we're not allowed, technically, if we have someone in our apartment taking part in illegal activity, we're not supposed to report it, or we're supposed to report it, or
okay.
we're just as bad as they are. But you're not supposed to start by reporting it. You're supposed to start by talking to them about it. So one of my roommates has been, I suspected that she was doing drugs in our apartment, but now it's gotten to the point where, like, I can smell it from halfway down the hallway before I even get there, and I come in and she's high, and she's really angry when she's high, so she yells at me about things, and she'll, like, get in the shower and blast her music till 4 in the morning. And
oh, wow.
When I tried to talk to her about it, she told me that I was racist.
Oh, really? Okay, so that digs it a little bit deeper.
And just so that you're aware, when I talked to her about it, I addressed it as, we don't have a close relationship, and it is not my job to confront you on what I think you should or shouldn't be doing, but we both have a responsibility as kind of cohabitants of this space to follow the rules that the school has put in place. So I'm not sitting here telling you what you need to do, but I'm saying we both need to make an agreement to follow what the school has in place so that we can kind of live together.
Yeah.
She just got really angry and said that I was judging her, and that I was, racist, which was interesting.
Okay, so let's backtrack. So, because you gave me a lot, I'm with it. All right, so firstly, I'm assuming this is your new semester. You're able to live off campus, but still you have to abide by the college rules. That's what I'm hearing, right? Okay.
Because it's leased through the college.
Okay,
so it's owned by the college. It's just not on campus.
Okay, got you. So we're living off campus right now. So a little bit of independence there. That's great. You're moving forward with that. So let's see. Do you think that there is a peer mediator type thing that needs to go on at this point? Do you feel that there's anybody else that might be able to relay some concerns that you may have to her without her taking offense to it?
I think that, there is a system in place there's a system where we confront the person ourselves first. If that doesn't work, we're supposed to bring in, there's an appointed student mediator, but I'm afraid that she's going to feel like I'm tattling on her or like I'm ratting her out, and I don't want to make our living situation worse than it already is. So if she's angry at me, I have to still live with her. So
yes.
I almost want to drop it, but it's to the point where I can't live with her, she's blasting music, like profane music 24/7. 24/7 in the middle of the night, blasting it from the bathroom, which is next door to my bedroom.
Oh, yes. So that's very inconsiderate.
Yeah, all of my clothes reek of her substances, and so I smell walking around. It's not even something that I can be like, well, I need to just, pray for her and let her make her choices. It's like wreaking havoc on my life as well. And she also isn't really in her right mind.
Okay.
When she's doing this, so like she's locked me out overnight before. I had my key, but like the padlock that's inside,
the double bolted, so you got
that thing.
Gotcha.
The deadbolt, that's what it is, not the padlock. The deadbolt she had closed as well. So I almost slept on the hall floor, and then eventually I just went to my friend's house in Brooklyn and slept over there. But then when I mentioned it to her in the morning, she just insisted that the deadbolt was never on.
Okay, so she's in denial of what she's doing. It sounds like she's not even hearing you. That's what it sounds like to me.
And I don't want to feel like I'm tattling or ratting her out, but talking to her didn't change anything. I thought it did. For a day, I was like, oh, maybe we're doing better. But then it got worse. So I don't know if I should bring someone else in, because the student doesn't have that much power. The student, as much as she's appointed to be a mediator, I feel like she's going to just do the same thing that I did, and she still doesn't have the power to change our roommate situation.
Okay, so she doesn't have any. You don't feel that she has any power to act on it, as if if there was a superior, an adult that can actually change her room assignment, or I guess not necessarily get her kicked out of school, but it's give some type of
maybe be able to say here's what will happen if you
or
I think it does get to that stage.
Okay.
If she keeps doing it after the peer mediator, but what I'm struggling with is that it's all on me.
Okay, so it's your word against hers, kind of.
Right, and so it even happened once that I was really hoping, because we had an apartment inspection, which we have once a month. Someone just comes in and checks to make sure things are tidy, because they are owned by the college, so they don't want you damaging the apartments.
Yes.
And they came in to inspect it, and I was this might sound bad, I was sort of hoping that they'd find evidence so that I didn't have to worry about it. And she apparently, no one knows when the inspections are. Apparently she had an in, and she knew when the inspections were, and she had candles burning beforehand to clear all scents.
Really?
She did everything. There was no. So I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss. I'm not it's not destroying my life necessarily. It's just frustrating, and I'm trying to do well in school, but I feel like I can't even walk into my apartment.
Yeah, and to be able to be there to study and to be able to relax, and that's your apartment. You're paying money just like she is.
Uh-huh.
So to be able to enjoy your own personal space, because you worked hard to be able to live in these apartments just like she did. And so I guess, let me see. So it's possible, if she knew about if she was prepared for the inspection, it's possible that she has an inside man. So that's a very strong possibility. So I'm trying to think of some ways that we can kind of just get around it. Let's see.
Do you think I should look into maybe some alternate housing opportunities?
I will look into it for the next semester, because how much longer do you have in this current semester now?
Until August.
Okay, so August, you said. So do you feel that you can put up with it until August, or do you feel that you would have to move out, or try to find? Is it paid up until August already?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I pay monthly, but I'm contracted through August.
Gotcha.
So if I were to find somewhere else to live, I'd have to pay for 2 places, which I am not in a place to do.
Yes.
So, I think, I don't know. I don't know if I'm in a place where I can live with it right now, only because I'm worried that, again, in the school's rules, everyone has an obligation to deal with it. So if they were to find out the problem, she wouldn't be the only one at fault. I would be at fault for not saying something as well. Okay. But at the same time, I just don't want her retaliating. I don't want it to turn into just a he said, she said. Well, she said, she said.
Are you able to take pictures of the?
Yeah.
Have you seen it on her person? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So what I would say is take some pictures, anonymously.
Right.
Because you don't want to start an argument or, get in an argument with her. I would say take some pictures. Then so speaking to the RA, well, you said it's not an RA. Speaking to the person that is similar to the RA,
No.
would it be an anonymous situation, or like, do you know how that will work?
I think the way it's supposed to work is that I'm supposed to go to her, and then she's supposed to come and have the conversation, basically sit with us while we have the conversation, to sort of be like the face of the school and reinforce it. But I almost feel like that's like, I told mom and she came in.
Yeah.
But maybe I could talk to her and like let her know that I'm worried about that.
Okay.
And maybe we could find like another way to deal with it.
So I would say do that. Just speak hypothetically, just as a general conversation, and then to see the response from her, and then I would take it from there. But then you still don't want to go through July and August with it. So this is a tough one, Alex. This is really a tough one. Okay, let's start with taking the pictures. Then we're going to go to the person that's supposed to be like the RA. Mm-hmm. If you feel that she's not being responsive, or she's not, responding the way you would like her to, then I will ump the ante and go above her. Mm-hmm. But see, that still, it has the way of still coming back to you. You don't want to live those last 2 months into like a, turmoil type situation, because then that could be, that 2 months can seem like a long time if you bickering.
Well, especially because I've already gotten locked out, so I'm just worried. Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't know. Do you think my goal should be to get out of the situation, or to like try to temper it for the next couple months?
So it's a good one. Let's see if we can get somebody to lease if you can get somebody to take on your lease, the lease that you have for the next 2 months. Because this is June 17th, so you would figure that you would have the person move like July. So I would make that your mission for the next 2 weeks, is trying to find somebody to sublease the apartment. That way you felt, as well as you trying to find somewhere else to move. So the contract will be July 1st. August, is there a landlord you can speak with?
No, you have to go through the college.
Okay.
But it's possible that the housing department, if they understand the situation, might be able to help with that.
Yes, and I think that they will come in and do something about it as well. Or maybe you stay and find somewhere for her to go, especially if you come with the evidence. Because that way you will have evidence like, this is in such and such a room on such and such a date. Per our contract, this is not supposed to happen. And you're not trying to tattletale, but you're also trying not to get yourself in trouble, because it could come back that they do an inspection, she's not there, not able to clean up, she wasn't tipped off, and then you get in trouble for having it on your person as well, even though it's not in your stuff.
Right.
So I think that would be the best thing to do, is take your evidence, go to the housing department, say, hey, either I'm leaving or she has to leave, because that's a breach in contract on her end. And you're doing what you're supposed to do as an obligation as a student. You're trying to do your part as a student. So I would say that you would have to do that. And then I would speak to the RA person. And, excuse me. So sorry. You would have to speak to the RA person and then so that way it's on document as well. Because that way you won't get in trouble and you won't lose a possibility of moving to another house by yourself or housing by yourself. So you want to make sure that you're clearing your air, is not tattling, because you're abiding by your contract and she's not. So it's time for her to go.
Okay.
Oh, Alex, I'm so sorry you're going through this, but I'm glad that you're doing, other than this, you're doing well in school, right?
Yeah, it's not really getting me down too much. It's been a bit of a predicament, but school is going well.
That's good. As long as it's, not affecting your schoolwork, but you do want to get this resolved, only because of the possibility that you can get in trouble too. And I'm not one for getting in trouble for anybody else's mess.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes. So I think that should be your goal, is to speak to the housing people, come with your evidence, be like, I'm abiding by my contract. I need her to abide by hers. Y'all either get rid of her or y'all have to find me somewhere else to go. Because, this is, and it's not even that it's a compromising lifestyle, because, you don't do it, but in the same token, it's about respecting other people's space, So, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so. I think I have some good direction for this.
Yes. So
right.
Hopefully that works out. We'll be speaking a little later just to follow up on what happened.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Great.